Hello, my name is Rebecca Johor and I'm from Killaloe, Ontario. My home club is the Killaloe Curling Club, but I've also curled for Trent University and now I'm curling at the Jacques Cartier Club in Quebec City. Let me tell you my story. I started curling when I was 7 years old. I come from a very small town, Killaloe. There's only 700 people in the town. We're known for being the home of the beaver tail. And when I had the opportunity to go curling, I was really excited. For a 7-year-old that didn't have a lot of experience with winter sports, and her family didn't have enough money necessarily to put her into sports in general. When the flyer came home that the Killaloe Curling Club was putting on an opportunity for children to come and learn to curl. As we know, learn to curl programs are very popular across Canada. I was super excited. I remember grabbing the notification out of the paper out of my brother's hands and bringing it to my parents first thing when I got home, and I told them, I'd like to do this. I really want to do this. Can I please do this? Will you sign me up? And from my first day on the ice, I've been hooked. I spent until from 7 to 17 years old at the Killaloe Curling Club, starting with just the Learn to Curl program, then joining their adults league, their adults mixed league as a young teenager, a young kid, and playing multiple times a night. I was on my high school's team, and honestly, a lot of the best memories I've had have either been with my teammates or just been out on the ice by myself shooting rocks on open ice time. However, as warm-hearted my story begins, that's not where it ends. I continued to play curling all through high school and through university as well. I joined Trent University's curling team, their women's team, and had the opportunity to meet some of the nicest people I've ever met, and really learn not only a lot from my coaches as well at a higher level in a bigger town as a small town girl, but also have the opportunity to learn from other girls, other women in sport, and play every day with my friends and win, lose sometimes, but along the way just get a lot better and enjoy the sport more and more as I went on. However, once again, my story doesn't stop there. After I finished my bachelor's at Trent University, I moved on to Quebec City with the new inspiration to learn French and complete a law degree at Université Laval. When I first moved to Quebec City, I was absolutely amazed by the culture, but had a little shock inside with the language. I've always been very extroverted myself, and I thought in my brain that I could speak French, but as I arrived on site, I was often choked on the words. And so my first year in Quebec City was definitely a little bit more shy, and I spent a lot of time kind of closing off my athletic side, closing off my social side, and spending more time in my apartment by myself. I was learning the language, surrounded by in classes with people who didn't even speak the same language as me, and sometimes I just felt really out of place and really kind of alone. And when I came back after my summer back away at work and came back to Quebec City this year, back at school, I was a little bit nervous that I'd fall into the same pattern, that I wouldn't have the opportunity to kind of immerse myself and actually enjoy Quebecois culture, and also kind of lose that athletic side of mine that I've had for so long. And when I came back this year, I happened to be on the walk, and I see the Jacques Cartier Curling Club is celebrating their 100th year of existence in Quebec City. And I was like, oh, there's a curling club just down the road from my new apartment. And I was a little bit shy. I was very much like, well, I don't speak enough French. I don't know if I will even be considered as someone who's even viable for their leagues. if that clubhouse atmosphere will still be there when I'm trying to make friends, even bridging an age gap between me and the seniors that own the curling world. But I finally worked up the courage and I sent in my application last minute to join the Thursday League. I was a little bit scared, a little bit nervous. Would I show up the first day and would it be like I didn't know curling anymore? Like I was looking at the rocks through not only a different language but through a different set of eyes, through a different broom. But when I showed up, I was greeted with smiles. I was greeted with excitement. I was greeted with French. And not only were these people ready for me to speak in English with them, but also ready for me to try my French and to give me the opportunity for my French not only to get better and for me to be able to play in curling in 2 languages, which can be a little bit intense when someone's yelling at you, sweep, sweep, no, arrête. But it was incredibly exciting at the same time. I was making new friends, and the culture in the Jacques Cartier Curling Club was like one I've never been around. I've never had like curling club culture this intense. I didn't even know that curling was that big of a thing in Quebec because Université Laval doesn't have a curling team. And now I've gone from the girl who was spent last year locked away in her apartment, the athletic side of her gone, to a girl that's receiving texts every night. Hey, can you come spare tonight? We want you on our team. We want to practice our English. We want to help you with your French. And even the past weekend, I participated in their Jackie Caron curling tournament for women. It was the first tournament that I've participated at that club. And not only did I have the opportunity to try out my French, but I also had the opportunity to make friends from Cape Cod, United States, to provinces across Canada, speaking in English, speaking in French, and overall having an amazing time. I've never seen women have that much fun in a curling club, and also I've never seen women be that welcoming in a curling club, in any athletic stance. I went from last year being this girl who was always locked up in her apartment to now reviving myself and having the opportunity to not only show what I know on the ice, but learn new things in another language. So I'm not only throwing rocks in this league anymore, I'm throwing with my whole heart. This is really an amazing opportunity for me, and maybe for people in Canada who are struggling with being different or even just not feeling like yourself in a new environment. Maybe this is a message to really get out there and find an opportunity not only to perhaps try curling out, even if it's your first time, to get into a learn to curl atmosphere, but also just joining a sport and being active and joining a community that wants to support you, even if it's not in the same language, even if they don't look like you, aren't the same age as you. This is really your opportunity to get out there. If it can happen for me, it can happen for everyone. And not only has this opportunity taken my levels of French to another level, because now I on a random Tuesday night, I'm speaking in French, I'm speaking in English, and I'm running up and down the ice and having an amazing time. But it's also helped me really settle into a new town and make friends of all ages, and for that I'm incredibly grateful. And as a young adult, it's even given me opportunities for my future. So yeah, I just want to say a big merci and thank you for listening to my story. I'm super excited to hear other people's stories about how curling has changed them, changed their lives for the better. Thank you so much.